I'm hopefully going to show you some secrets about Bakris that quite a lot of people don't know. Let me know what you think. I've been using it since the day it come out. I got it the very first day, and it's literally I don't really take it off my hunter at all. I've used it, so I know there's a lot of stuff on there that people don't know about. And to be honest with you, I just assumed people knew about it. But like I said, after looking through various different social media networks and speaking to friends, it turns out they don't actually know exactly what it does. And I think partly because of that is the description of the helmet. It's not the best. I think the guy whoever wrote this, who works for Bungie, he'd be better off working for a magazine that does these mad riddles, cryptic clues, because it doesn't explain it very well at all. But I'll just read it out to you. Replaces your stasis subclass dodge ability with a longer range, faster moving shift that partially cloaks you. This bit isn't a problem. That does exactly what it says on the tin. We all know what it does. It makes you blink across the ground. It does like a cloaking thing. So that's not a problem. This is where it gets a little bit confusing. So after shifting, your arc weapons deal increased damage to combatants for a short time. So what that does is when you dodge, bottom left of your screen, you're going to get a perk called Light Shift, and that giving you an extra 10% damage to your arc weapons. Again, it could have said 10% on there, maybe just for a bit of clarity in the future. It's maybe they might want to look at that in the future and say it's a flat out 10% buff to arc weapons when your Light Shift is on. Again, that's not really a problem. I think most of the people I spoke to knew it was 10% and it lasts for 10 seconds. It's this bit here, which is the sort of confusing bit. And you deal increased damage to all slowed or frozen targets. So again, that's another 10% on top of the 10% you get from the arc. So the scenario is, if you're fighting a group of enemies and you dodge, you're going to get your Light Shift available, which is going to give you the 10% damage on your arc weapon. But if that enemy is slowed as well, you're going to get an additional 10% damage because they're slowed. So that basically means you get 20% extra damage as long as you're using an arc weapon. The enemy is slowed and you've dodged to get your Light Shift available. So that's a 20% extra damage on arc weapons. But however, the other thing that people don't know, or most of the people didn't know, but again, that's not saying people don't know what they're doing or anything like that. I think a lot of it is down to the description. So, and you deal increased damage to all slowed or frozen targets. Now, a lot of people assume it has to be an arc weapon, but it doesn't. So, if you're, for example, running a void hand cannon, just for example, and you slow that target, your void hand cannon is going to do an extra 10% to them because they're slowed. So it doesn't have to be arc, it can be literally anything. Your melee, anything. So you get an extra 10% damage just for slowing a target. But the best case scenario is obviously to run an arc weapon, because when you dodge, you're going to get the 10% from the Light Shift, and then you're also going to get an extra 10% for dealing damage to them if they're slowed. So you get a 20% buff and a 10% flat out buff to anything else, and that includes any weapon and any melee. But what I'm going to do is show you another little perk that it does that I don't see a lot of people talking about later on in the clips. But basically, any sort of damage over time ability that you've got, whether it be your dust field grenade or your super, when you dodge, that is also going to increase that damage by 10% as well. So potentially you've got a 30% damage buff going on. If you've got an arc weapon, you throw your super at the target and you dodge. So what's going to happen is you're going to get 10% from your arc weapon buff, you're going to get an extra 10% for doing damage against slowed targets, and then because the helmet actually buffs your damage over time effects as well, that is also going to give you another 10%. So what I'll do is I'll show you the clips that I've done, nothing major, just a few little clips of showcasing the different scenarios and how it all works together. So what I'm doing here is I've got an arc hand cannon working vigil. I'm going to show you the standard body shot, and then I'll show you a body shot after I dodge when I've got my light shift. As you can see there, 3905. That's just a standard shot. I've done my light shift, which will give me the 10% damage with an arc weapon, 4295, as you can see there. So there's a 10% increase. Another little clip. Now what I'm going to do is show you the 10% that I get from a dodging, the light shift, and then the 10% extra that I'm going to get for the slowed target I was talking about as well. So as you can see there, there's a standard body shot, 4295, that's a 10% from the light shift again. Just going over it just for testing purposes and just to show you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dodge, get my 10% from the light shift to my arc weapon, and I'm also going to get the 10% extra damage from the slowed target as well. So two buffs, as I was talking about earlier. There's my dodge. There's it is, 4724. So that's the 20%, the 10% from the arc, and the 10% from the slowed. And now what I'm going to do is to show you that the damage to slowed targets applies to anything. I've got a dire promise, which is kinetic, no energy type, 4100. There's my dodge, 4510. So there was just further proof that the damage to slowed targets doesn't have to be arc, and that's a 10% flat buff to anything, 4510, because they're slowed. And now for the final bit, I'm going to show you the bit I was talking about the mask, where you dodge and the damage over time. You get 10% on that as well, as you can see there. I'm going to get no yellow numbers at all. Dodge. All the yellow numbers start going up. I mean, you get a few yellow numbers. There's another example. There you go, look, just standard numbers. Dodging, instantly, light shift, there's a 10% extra damage going on as well. So, basically, dodging increases your super and your damage over time effects from your dust field, all that slowing. So when you dodge, you get 10% on that as well. So I'm just going to show you the clip one more time, just to clarify it. There's my super. All them little white numbers are going to turn to yellow, so one's a dodge. There you go. Yeah, I hope the video has been alright. I hope it's clarified a few things for you. Maybe make you want to use it a bit more. I'm not sure. But I definitely think we could do with a better description of it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy.